my neighbors, good citizens all, I thank you for coming and heeding the call. Let's rally the people and bring them all near. Sing out our songs for the whole world to hear. This is the cradle of all that we are. This is the heart of the storm. This is the ground where the future was born. This here is Anvil and this is our home. Each song that we sing and each story we tell, each hero we name and each life that we sell, each breath and each beat of your heart is a beat of the drum. Give me drink in my cup and friends who will share it, song on my lips and ears that'll hear it, fire in my eyes to light all the good people I see. I tell you, my friends, there's nowhere that I'd rather be. Before 10 in the morning, we're barely alive. We're like ghosts, we're like spirits, and then coffee arrives. Then heroes awaken and stand by your side. Now gather your courage and sing out your pride. For the storm will not break us, although it may try. The sun may be down and may bake the world dry, but we stand by our neighbors and raise them up tall. Gather your voices and scream out the call. For you are my empire and you are my hall. For you I would fight and for you I would fall. For you are the beat of my heart and the heart of my song. Give me drink in my cup and friends who will share it, song on my lips and ears that'll hear it, fire in my eyes to light all the good people I see. I tell you, my friends, there's nowhere that I'd rather be. So fill up your tankards and fill up your lungs. Leave no words unspoken and no song unsung. Make noise for your heroes, your kith and your kin. Sing out their names and the pride that they bring. Together we stand and divided we fall. And the future we write will be shaped by us all. For we are the singers and we are the song of a story that's greater than more. Sing along. Give me drink in my cup and friends who will share it, song on my lips and ears that'll hear it, fire in my eyes to light all the good people I see. I tell you, my friends, there's nowhere that I'd rather be. Give me drink in my cup and friends who will share it, song on my lips and ears that'll hear it, fire in my eyes to light all the good people I see. I tell you, my friends, there's nowhere, I tell you, my friends, there's nowhere, I tell you, my friends, there's nowhere that I'd rather be. I tell you, my friends, there's nowhere that I'd rather be. There's nowhere that I'd rather be. My friends, my neighbors, good citizens all, I thank you for coming and heeding the call. Let's rally the people and bring them all near. Sing out our songs for the whole world to hear. This is the cradle of all that we are. This is the heart of the storm. This is the ground where the
Hi, we're here.
Hey.
We're knackered. Yeah,
We're very tired. When was
we are.
Empire? Was it last weekend? No, it wasn't last weekend, was it? It was the weekend before.
Yeah, yeah.
I can't.
It was
I don't know. Fantastic intro. Thank you, Wednesday. I appreciate it. When are you coming to Empire? You'd fit in so well.
trying to convince him, but he feels like he doesn't know how to roleplay.
He doesn't
And
need to
I'm
roleplay. He just has
no,
to
yeah.
stand there and be big with. I don't know how to roll. It's fine. You're bald and you got a beard. You'd fit right in. That's how I get by. When people try roleplay with me, I just go, "Look, I'm bald. I've got a beard. Give me your stuff." That's it. That's how I roleplay.
Yeah, I
Um,
think Wednesday would do good there for sure.
yeah, definitely. I mean, he was great at the Airsoft Festival, and that he was drunk and he fit in really well. So hi, Shintax, Ollie, Mrs. Reeby, Wednesday. That's awesome. Um, so how's? I forgot you had to change your name. So God, Sincha. So it went from Arsqueef to Arsqueefed. Arsqueefed. It's still the second best Twitch name I have ever seen. It's definitely up there. I'm hoping that at some point this evening we'll see the best Twitch name that I have ever seen. It's me, but past tense. Ah, this is true. Well, welcome. You've come. Oh, you've come back to the future. No, not funny at all. Um, J-Man, it's our boy on stream. I know I'm here. I've got Casual with me as well.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you've come.
you. Everyone's coming.
Oh, it's good, man.
I just need to say as well, my daughter is watching this stream,
Perfect.
so she's sat in the bedroom with the wife. So great start. So yeah, so how is your how are you recovering from Empire? I think is the first most pertinent question
I feel like I've just started
to get to.
recovering
Yeah.
because it was like when I got home from LARP, I was just completely socially drained, and it was just I just felt like sitting in a corner under a blanket, basically.
Welcome to
But
LARP.
yeah,
That's the only way I can describe that. It's everyone has a routine for when they
yeah,
finish and they get back. So for a lot of people, it's they get in on the Sunday or on the Monday, and it's takeaway and have a drink and just do nothing. It's all about
yeah,
it all boils down to self care. So
yeah,
it's doing what you do to chill. It's what you need to
yeah.
recharge your mental batteries, your social batteries, definitely. I mean, your physical batteries, they recharge out. There we go. The best name on Twitch has entered chat. It is my favourite name ever on Twitch. Even though I spent most of Empire calling him Prince Valiant. So I never told you, I'll never forgive you for snoring like a thunderstorm all night at the Travel Lodge. Wow, Spunky. Everyone snores, and
Ah,
at the airsoft one, it was Smith blaming me for snoring, and me blaming Smith for snoring. So, but yeah,
yeah, I do tend to snore a little bit. Not great, but it's what it is.
it is definitely. Uh, I heard there were free cookies. No, I lied. Basically, hi Dawn, good to see you. So yeah, it's always about how you need to do. Ah, thank you for subbing, CJ. That's amazing. Thank you very much. 6 months, you insane person. Um, yeah, it all boils down to what you do to relax. Because I know there's a lot of people out there who do when they're in, they're immediately unpacking and they're getting everything clean, tidy, and they just sit down, watch TV, and then they're done. And it's just like they're off back at work the next day, and I can't wrap my head around it. Can you imagine?
Yeah, no,
No.
not at all. Not
No,
even the,
no, exactly, not even a little bit.
yeah,
So for me, on that Sunday, we got in, I ordered a takeaway, and I had beers.
yeah,
And that was my Sunday, and that's what I needed to do to relax. I think I was playing computer games, and
yeah,
that was me done. So, but I think I was in bed by 10, to be honest, as well. I was just knackered,
yeah.
absolutely knackered. So what did you? So you got in when you got in. So for everyone who doesn't know, Casual has travelled all the way over from. I can't be bothered to insert random country here at the moment. So so Casual's travelled all the way over from Sweden
Yeah.
to turn up, and it was wonderful to see you there. But so you got home on the was it on the Monday you got home?
No, Monday. So Sunday we went back to Manchester and then we slept at a travel lodge for and yeah, then Monday was the day I traveled like the whole day to get back. Yeah.
That's crazy. Thank you for subbing Wednesday. 5 months. You're insane as well. But you've got a beard, so I'll let you off. I saw him through the gate into England. There were tears.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. Thanks for the cider, by the way. It was delicious. Well, there will be more, Spunky. There will be more. Don't you worry. So when you got back into country and you were able to just sit there, what was it? What did you do when you first got home?
I just put my bag on the floor and then I laid down in the bed. That was like it. I think.
That,
Uh, I was just completely out. Yeah,
yeah,
nothing.
no. It
Yeah,
it that I mean that's also a good thing.
yeah.
Um, oh, Sam, thank you for subbing. 2 months now. Uh, ooh, a fellow Scandinavian.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Scandi bro.
a Scandi bro. Ah, we should get Joel in so I can insult him a bit more. Tell him that he's from Denmark because he'll hate that. Oh, we got a hype train
Yeah.
going as well. Level 1 hype train. Do the
Hey.
things, give me bits and donate subs and all this stuff. Let's see what we can do. Uh, okay, so that's fine. I mean, you've got home and you're still not chilled out, but you're the crazy person who went fishing
Yeah.
as well. So, how long ago was it you had decided to actually come to Empire? Because I know from watching you stream
Yeah.
many moons ago that
Yeah.
I'd been poking you to come to
Yeah.
Empire.
Yeah, I know last year I wanted to go real bad, but I couldn't figure out the logistics and the economics to
No,
go. And yeah, so that just didn't happen. It was just, yeah,
yeah.
too much to think about and too little time for me to plan it really.
So,
But
so go
yeah,
on.
and then I feel like we started talking about it again fairly early enough for me to like be able to plan it for this year, which was
Yeah,
super nice. But yeah, it's been in the plans for at least a year and a half, I would say.
very long time.
Yeah,
Very long time. Because I know that me and Smith had conversations about it
yeah,
at the probably at the beginning of last year.
yeah.
We definitely spoke about it, and then obviously when I did the first makeover, I wasn't expecting it. Is everyone messaging you on your Discord as well?
No,
No,
no.
he's very distracted. Yeah, so when I did the first two makeovers, Ollie, thank you so much for subbing. 100%. Right, level 2, hype train, wonderful. Um, yeah, so I did. Was that another one? Welcome to the FT fam, talking fishbone. Thank you so much. Um, yeah, so I did the makeovers, and I wasn't expecting that to be that much of a success, you know. And
Yeah,
that went so well. And then having a chat with, having a chat with the likes of Smith and people, So we decided quite early on that if you were going to come over, level 3 hype train. Wow. I haven't seen who's level 3. 5 tier 1 subs, or no, that's just the rules. Oh, I don't know. Stuff's going on. Yeah, we decided quite early on. I decided that it was going to be whenever you came over, we'd put you in for the makeover because. Ah, 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 ah. That's such a creep. You creep, you. 3 months. Thank you so much, man. Yeah, we decided that we were gonna fake fan. I know. Yeah, I know. Biscuits as disappointed as I am that you've only just done. I mean, 3 months.
Yeah.
You've got plenty to catch up. I think it's only fair now if you donate 100 subs. Uh,
If only I had the money,
if
I
only,
would.
right? I know.
Yeah.
It is all rigged anyway. So yeah, it was. Yeah, so I was always going to do the makeover for you because it's COVID's been a horrible time for a lot of people,
Yeah.
and I mean, I know I've been speaking from my experience. My mental health went through the floor,
Mm.
and it's just been horrible. So it's been good to do good things for good people, and ignoring everyone in chat and stuff like that. I consider you good people because you're always smiling and you're always happy, and that's a wonderful thing these days. So. So you came over, so you got your tickets, you got everything sorted. I know Smith bought your Empire ticket by mistake.
Yeah.
Um, he transferred you his credit to your account by mistake because it was meant to be me because I had the credit, but
Oh yeah, yeah.
but I forgot, and he just said he's just done it, and I was just like, oh okay, well I could have done it, but I didn't. So that was fine. So that also worked quite nicely, and then obviously. You got picked up and brought to the field. So, how were you feeling when you? Well, to be honest, when you were packing up to come, how
Yeah.
were you feeling about it all at that point?
Incredibly confused and like not knowing at all what LARP is, what to bring. Like, just like, do I bring clothes? Like, it's like the most basic things are just like, I don't know. I don't know what to bring. And I ended up bringing way too much clothes. I didn't have like room for anything. It felt, but
Well,
yeah,
that's a good place to be though.
yeah,
Let's be honest. It was. Um, Spunky's just he's all right, and he wish you hadn't bought clothes.
yeah,
So, but yeah, it's one of those things where it's better to be over prepared
yeah,
because the weather on the first night was bad. Well, it was cold. The weather wasn't bad. It was just really
yeah,
cold.
yeah,
So I mean, that wasn't too bad.
yeah,
So what else? So when you got into the field and obviously you saw everybody there for the first time,
yeah.
and you came down to where everybody was sort of going to be set up and camped.
Had a really good car ride down. God,
Yeah,
that was really fun.
because that was that
Yeah,
Biscuit,
Biscuit.
J-Man, and Spunky.
Yeah, exactly. So J-Man was driving, Spunky was in the front seat, and Biscuit was in the back seat with me. And we were just like listening to a bunch of sea shanties and like singing the whole way. It was really good.
Yeah,
Uh,
Hurstel's singing was interesting. That event because I remember most nights we were sat there and it was like all of a sudden we'd hear you all singing one song and then it would go back to like murmuring little chats and stuff like that and it was just like that's just the most bizarre thing I have ever heard. It was really weird. It was the most organized sing song ever. I think is the best way to describe it.
yeah.
It was really really good.
Oh,
But
oh, I loved it. The singing is it's so good. It's like karaoke, but you don't have to be afraid of anyone hearing you because everyone's just singing loudly.
everyone's shit at singing basically.
Yeah.
That's the way to think of it. Um, Jeez, that was 8 subs. that's awesome. Thank you so much, everyone. That's been. It takes us in an orderly fashion. Yes, definitely does, Spunky. But no, it was really. It was good to hear. But none of you can sing, which was amazing, and it was just loud. And I think the strange thing was that we could hear that when you were singing, we could still hear songs and stories through it.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh, that's surprising. God,
not really, not really.
I
When songs and stories is going, that's everyone hears it, regardless of what you're doing or where you are.
yeah,
Um,
that's fair.
Especially when Justin starts singing, because wherever he is in the field and he's going for it, you can't hear anything else but Justin. So
Yeah,
the spontaneous singing was awesome, and in every nation. Yes, this is true. This is
yeah,
true. Every single nation. So you had a good ride down, which is good because that would have chilled you out a bit and
yeah,
just relaxed you and you
yeah.
dealt with any nerves.
Meeting people for the first time, and it's not like crazy.
Yeah,
Like, yeah, that was very good. So I had like at least a couple of people that I've already met outside of the field that I'm like comfortable to just hang around with. That
yeah.
was very good. I'd recommend it if anyone's going for the first time and you don't know people there that too well.
Hmm.
Like, meet someone a little bit beforehand just so you like have someone to cling on to.
See, I'm just imagining you now that first night, Smith waking up and you're just there next to him, cuddling his arm. Hold me.
I wish.
Wow. I say, what happens in the field stays in the field.
True.
If anyone's willing to have a limpet, let me know, please. Ollie, so Ollie's brand new to the Hefty Fam and brand new to LARP. Not brand new to roleplay, but he's coming along to Empire for the first time. So yeah, I'd say the similar sort of thing would be what the advice you've given, I'd give to Ollie would be if you know someone there, have a chat first. See, I know that he does know one person who comes to the
Yeah.
field, so I don't think he'll struggle. But chatting to people in the Hefty Fam as well, and having a group of people who you know. I mean, you're lucky you've got your own community as well,
Yeah.
where a fair few of them come to Empire
Yeah.
too. So you had people who you are, especially describe it, aware of at the very least.
Yeah.
So, and
I know them through a monitor.
yes, yeah, that is the weird one. I still struggle with it when people come up to me and say hi,
Yeah.
and I stare at them completely blankly. It's like, who are you?
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
they say, oh, I'm this person. It's like, I still don't know who you are. And they say, oh, I'm this person. They give me their Discord or Twitch name. It's like, now I know who you are.
Yeah.
It's a really, really weird feeling. Did you get much of that? Did you get anybody coming up to you just to say, oh, I know who you are?
Not really, because I think everyone that came up to me I already kind of knew or could tell by their voice who they were.
Hmm.
Yeah, I think so
Okay.
for the most part. Nothing that stands out at least.
No.
But yeah,
No. So, he finally had to admit I have a beard.
yeah. I've been trying. He doesn't sound like he have a beard. I don't know how to describe it. He doesn't have a beard voice.
No, he doesn't have a beard
But
voice.
I
And
guess he does have a beard.
looking at his face, he doesn't have a beard face either. He's got a beard affects the vocals. Yeah, definitely. I mean, when I shaved my beard off, it went up went up so many octaves. It's unbelievable. Or is it down octaves? I don't know. The pitch went up.
Yeah.
J-Man's new name is Beardface. Yeah, there we go. I'll change that in the Discord. So, but yeah, so when you got to the field finally, then, and you're walking down, how did? Because this is the one I'm always interested to know from people when it's their first time, because you look at the photographs, you look at what other people do, and they talk about it, all that sort of stuff, and it doesn't give the impression. You cannot get the impression of what it's actually like to be there.
Yeah.
So how did you feel when you got into the field and you were up, well, probably up the top of the hill, but when you were walking around, the sheer scale of it, how did that? How did
It
that?
was much bigger than I like imagined it to be. Like at least double, if not maybe 3 times as big as I had thought it would
Really?
be. Yeah. And especially like the forest area. That was so cool when we
Yeah.
first saw that. I'm like, are those tents up there in the forest?
Yeah.
And then it just felt completely natural that they were there because it was just super cool.
Yeah, the Navarre have done an absolute fantastic job up there.
Yeah,
They've been absolutely incredible with everything that they do.
yeah,
Um, so yeah, the I love going up there. I really, really do. So that
yeah,
was your first sort of impression in walking around. I
yeah.
mean,
It was very big. There were a lot of people. The fact that there were cars everywhere and everyone was setting up their tents,
hmm,
kind of, you know. But as soon as everything was like everyone started putting up their tents and everything looked kind of ready, it was just being there makes you feel like you're not in the same world anymore almost.
no, no, definitely not. It was.
Yeah.
I mean, I think you had it a little bit more difficult than everyone else
Mm.
there. Even the people who've been there, because they all turned up safe in the knowledge that they had kit to put on, they had weapons,
Yeah.
they had all of this stuff lined up for them. So obviously, for you, you were turning up with nothing.
Yeah. And
Just
I didn't even know who my character was. Like I
really.
had like a very basic idea of who he was.
What did you call your
But
character in the end?
Swain.
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 Uh
Okay,
yeah.
that's cool. So
And
it's at least you weren't an
he's
Agenson, no.
yeah. Though
God,
having been around the Agencies, I do like them.
really?
They're pretty cool. Yeah.
You're the only one.
Biscuit was really cool. God, he felt like he
This
was
is yeah,
just doing
yeah.
stuff all the time, and it was really nice.
Biscuit is the yeah, Biscuit is probably the best Agenson.
A helpful
Well,
Hagen. He was really good with the books as well. He put
That's
everything.
Joseph, wasn't it? That's
Yeah,
Joseph.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Hagen's
I like.
good, and
Yeah,
Biscuit. Yeah, we like. There are some of them that we like, but in the majority, no. Just want to eat them, to be honest. And yeah, and I like the taste of seal. Now I've been to Norway. It's lovely. Uh, no Scandinavian, no Agenson is safe. No Suak is safe. Let's put it that way. That no, it's. I think the Agensons have grown as characters and as a group since I first met them
yeah,
because they're dickheads. Every single
yeah,
one of them, when I first met them, were dickheads, and yeah. But then seeing them settle into the game, find their game,
yeah,
has been lovely to see.
yeah.
And
That's what I
it's
was really impressed with as well. Like they all feel like they have a unique part to play,
yeah,
and it just felt like they were really settled in well, basically.
they did well.
Yeah,
They have definitely grown as characters, and
yeah.
it's a wonderful. You guys are gonna make me cry. Apart from Biscuit, he's shit at everything he does. Just don't let him near stuff because it just gets ruined. My God, he's so ugly as well. I just that's better, thanks. No worries, mate. I'm here to help. But yeah, I mean, I think when we all left Hurst Hall and we had the big split
Yeah,
when because obviously Hurst Hall were going in their direction to do their stuff and everyone else was going in a different direction, so it just made sense. It was nice that there was no like animosity and stuff like that. It
yeah,
was a lot of fun. It was really,
yeah.
really good, and I think it's helped the Agensons massively as well. Um, if you missed it, Steve just complimented me. No, I fucking didn't. He's got no proof. He has got no proof to that. Whereas Beth, though, I've been chatting to someone about Beth, and I've been
hmm
doing nothing but singing her praises. So it's someone called a doctor. I know, right? But yeah, it's been really, really nice to see, and I think it's been good to see Hearst all come together the way it is. It might be a trap, Beth, and I'm not going to apologise for it. But if the person is up for it, then I'll let you know what's happened. I've forgotten what I was going to say. Yeah, so it's been really good. So you had all these other. Well, first of all, let's go for up for it. Not in that way, you dirty mare. Are we committing a crime? Oh, sorry, you thought a crime. I went completely the wrong way. But there we go. Yes, I know you have a crime buddy already. Fuck's sake. It was so you turned up. So everybody had some stuff. We watched all of the noobs turn up and put their kit on immediately when they get into the field, and we're sat there just going, "This is just odd," but just overexcited, and it's wonderful to see. Then you get. How did you feel when you were coming along to do the makeover? All I will say is don't say who won the makeover because I haven't put the video out yet.
Yeah.
So how did you find the makeover part of it? Because that was obviously going to be a bit of nerves coming out and stuff.
Yeah. So I felt like I had to rely a lot on you to find the good stores and what was in each store and everything. Because there was just a lot of stores and everything had like a lot of interesting stuff in it as well.
Yeah. Oh god, yeah.
So yeah, I feel like the more I looked, the more I just wanted everything.
Yeah.
And it was just oh yeah, the like quality of everything was way beyond what I was thinking. I was thinking like, okay, people probably put in like minimal effort and it looks like decent, passable. But everything just looked really good. And
Yes.
I was just super impressed with everything.
Yeah. Everything in that field is phenomenal. All the people who make stuff are incredible at what they do.
Yeah, for sure.
And I mean, I know how to kit. I mean, I know I make a lot of jokes about me being useless at this stuff and not knowing stuff, but I know what kit looks good. I know how to kit someone up properly. And I think with you there was a little bit more pressure on me for once as well, because knowing everybody like I do within Hearst Hall and stuff, and knowing them all away from the game and everything as well, I felt like there was a lot more pressure involved, and especially knowing that you would come all the way over from Estonia to be involved. I mean, so that's a hell of a long way. It's starting, and I'm not even sorry. So you're traveling all the way over. I felt that there was even more pressure to make it perfect, because I didn't want you to turn up and have it be a shit event, and I didn't want you to look at all your kit and go, "Well, that's crap." It's like, who the fuck is this guy? I don't care if it's his money. He's bought shit for me. There you go. Thank you so much, Biscuit. That does mean a lot. How did you find all your kit though? How did you think it fit with your character? Did it affect your game at all?
I feel like I got like a character development just from my kit as well.
Yeah.
Like being from the sea, I felt like I know what direction my character is gonna go a little bit now, kit wise and like look wise. And I feel like it was a really like perfect start for my character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I ask you a personal
really
question?
Yeah.
When it comes to your kit, did it help with like any anxiety or nerves for you when you actually had all the kit there and you were able to put it on?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Like just being able to feel like I actually fit in, I look the part, and yeah, because like I said, I didn't know at all what my character was gonna look like or what it was about or anything. but just being able to like be there and blend in a bit at the start, not feeling like, oh, that guy's new. You can tell he's obviously new. Like not having that at all was really, really comfortable.
Yeah, that was. Yeah, that's really nice to hear because we get a lot of people who are first time at Empire. They talk a lot about mental health and nerves, anxiety, and stuff like that. And
Yeah,
it's a big thing for me to be able to alleviate that sort of stuff. So
yeah,
knowing that that helped for you was really really good. And
yeah,
I think the fact that you also had the best weapons there
yeah,
as well. Massive shout out to Darren and Irregular Props on that one. Um, Darren loves helping players. He loves what he does, and he's fantastic at what he does. It
yeah,
is a beautiful sword. I've got it in my bedroom at the moment. It's in the armory, so it's gonna be safe. So it'll be there for next time you come, or next time you come over to go to a LARP or anything like that. It doesn't have to be Empire. If you need it, I'll make sure I get it up to you somehow.
yeah.
Okay.
I'm very
Um,
happy with it. It's
yeah,
super cool. And
it,
it fits like a glove in my hand as well.
it's so good. It's such a beautiful sword. So if people are interested, Google Irregular Props Viking sword.
Yeah.
It's amazing. They are some of the best swords in the field. In my opinion, they are the best sword in the field. Um, I love them. So I think you did phenomenally well on that front. And I
Well,
mean,
you did.
well, no, it's pointing stuff out to you because it all comes back to you as well because you help
Yeah,
pick
yeah,
stuff.
that's true.
Let's not forget that you do get. If I put something out and you went, "No, Steve, that looks like a rat's ass,"
Yeah.
I wouldn't get it for you. It's a
Yeah, yeah.
simple no.
But I feel like you found that one, that gem. I don't know if I would have found it without you there. So you deserve props for that one.
Do you want to know a little secret on that one? Um,
Yeah.
every single time I've done a makeover, I've always gone to look at that sword. To those swords, always, every single time, without a fail, I've always gone there because I knew at some point we would get that. I would buy that sword for someone, and
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I mean, getting the sword and a dagger, the sword and the Sayax
Yeah.
for £100 is absolutely amazing. What is your opinion on axes? Yeah, yeah, love them. I don't use swords normally. I've just bought myself one for the new character. I love swords. Well, no, I don't love swords. I love axes and I love hammers and maces. So you bought the say axes that Darren does are incredible. So, but yeah, I love me some axes. So, but yeah, I think you did well. I mean, you found the tunic. I took you into the place and that, and I was looking at. I must admit, I looked at a completely different tunic, and you found the tunic and the
Yeah.
trousers as well. So I think, to be honest, I think the best buy that we had for you was the belt.
Yeah, that was really good.
That was a
Really solid.
that was absolutely a. Have you got all your kit there? Have you?
I have two belts, my Sayax. Uh, I have some other things that I could fit. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean that belt was £8, inch and a half wide belt,
Yeah.
and yeah,
It was great.
I think
Super solid.
yeah, really really good. So we got all your kit sorted. Then
Hmm.
that was all great, and then you went off, and there'll be a video out at some point showing everything off there. And you did look phenomenal in your kit. You look really awesome. How
Yeah.
so? So on the Friday then. So obviously you had the Thursday night watching. We're not going to name any names, just like before E4, we didn't name any names of the people who get really, really drunk and do stupid things. So, like at E4, it was a certain Mike who who was absolutely paralytic and decided to undo the outside of the door all the way up, walk into the netting, and then undo the netting a quarter of the way up, lie down and crawl through. So yeah, so that definitely wasn't Mike who did that at E4. But we're not going to name. But I'm betting there's definitely mugshots, and I'm hoping that this person has cleaned out his sleeping bag now as well, because I can't I can't imagine the smell. Actually, I can imagine that smell after like the very very well known someone puking down my back. Not the sleeping bag. Yeah, definitely the sleeping bag. So you had to put up with someone getting absolutely shit faced at this event as well, and I'm sure that person would be happy to talk about it when they are on stream. Okay, right, we can wait for that. We can wait for that. I'll make a note to bring that one up immediately. But how did you find the Thursday night then, sitting with people?
Oh, that was one of my favorite nights, just because all the singing and all the stew, the food was really good that Mike cooked up, and yeah, the singing was just amazing. I loved the singing. It felt like it drew the whole group together, and it just made me feel more comfortable about everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then going up the dog end was pretty fun as well.
Did you have the good beer or the bad beer?
I didn't actually go in the tent. It was so packed, and I was worried about people. But
Yeah.
some people did.
Yeah.
M- Multiple times. And if you got to the bar, it was free drinks, I think the rule was.
They gave away free drinks in the end. Just
Yeah.
getting rid of their stock.
If you got to the bar, which was pretty hard from what I could hear.
Yeah. They're not running a bar anymore. So
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah. The dog ends. They had a really good atmosphere up there, but yeah. So who created the smoke box? The steam room. Because I mean, we were over at our tent, literally just so Hurst Hall is on this side of the road when you come out of the woods. Then you have the main road and it goes up to Navarre, and we were on the other side, and we had our 3 fire pits set up, and we were watching Hurst Hall from afar, 20 feet. And we were watching as there was more and more smoke. It was just more of it was just appearing. And we were just like, we cannot see them anymore.
Yeah. God, I was crying so much because I had so much smoke in my eyes. But it was fine. It was fine. You know? I'm not going to complain. It was fine.
So you're not going to complain even when you all came over to our fire? Because it was too smoky over there. We were just watching it and it was just billowing. It was so funny to watch.
Yeah, I don't really know what it was that was smoking either. Like, it was just the logs were smoking.
Wet logs.
Yeah, I guess they must have been, yeah.
Because I noticed that you left them all out that night as well.
Yeah, probably did, yeah.
Raining.
So, in the end, we should blame J-Man then, because he bought a lot of the wood. So, you know, let's blame him.
Who's J-Man? Oh, you mean Beardface?
Yeah, Beardface.
So it was Beardface's fault. Right, okay, with you. That makes sense now. So Beardface screwed the fire for everyone. Never mind. Yeah, can't believe it. All the wood was bought wet.
Yeah, that Beardface buying wet wood.
Fucking Beardface. Yeah, 2 fire pits.
It was weird wood we wanted, not wet wood. Jeez.
That very topical. I like it. Yeah, 2 fire pits across from Winter March toilet. Someone kept putting bed slats in the pits, and they're varnished. I've definitely lost a few years of my life, but totally worth it. He should have gone to the dry wood aisle, Spunky. Definitely should have. But okay, so Thursday happened then, so you got Friday. So Friday is really the day when, for a lot of people, nerves kick in
Yeah.
and stuff happens, because you wake up in the morning and that's when you start seeing a lot of people in full kit at 10 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
And I know, because I'm sat there eating my bacon sarnie in shorts and t-shirt, watching all these people in full kit, going, "We don't time in for 8 hours." and I just, yeah, I just wonder why. But if people
Yeah.
need to do it to make them feel better, more comfortable, they know they're ready, then that's up to them. But
Yeah.
what was your first impression then of starting to see all of that going on?
It was just like, ah, it was such a cool experience because you could like tell the atmosphere was just different
Mm.
that day because everyone's so like excited, on point, and knew what they were gonna do, and they were talking about like there's so little time to get everything done that they want to do. I'm like, what are they gonna do that takes so much time? I didn't understand at first, but yeah, just the whole atmosphere was
Different.
really, yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, I took your advice and started up at the God tent at least.
How did you find that?
Yeah, that was super interesting. Though I think I wandered a bit too long
Mm.
because instead of just walking to Wintermark, I walked through all the nations like 3 times, I think.
Really?
Yeah,
That's amazing.
but it was so cool just seeing everyone doing their like initial like start of the event stuff
Yeah.
that I didn't want to stop. The only place I didn't walk into was the orc place because that was a bit scary there.
Oh,
But
nothing wrong with the
everyone,
orcs. They're awesome. It's a great place to go.
yeah,
Did you ever
but I
go into the orcs?
not into their camp, no.
No?
But I did look at it from just outside. But yeah,
Next
I'll
time you come
definitely.
over, I'll walk you through the orc camp,
Yeah,
because it's great fun.
that'd be amazing. Yeah,
So you started off at God, so you just walked literally. You did a big, like, all the top field a few times, did you? Just having a look.
yeah. I took a left like straight away. I don't know what nation they are. Very colorful.
So
Uh,
Brass Coast.
yeah, probably. Uh, and they were like dancing, having meetings, being a bit loud. They had like a little open square where a lot of people were around, and they were talking like it was like a big meeting basically. And I
Oh, that
stood and watched that for a little bit.
might have been Dawn.
Maybe
So yeah, you had the big glory.
not the no, not the Glory Square. I walked to that afterward.
Oh, okay,
But
so
it was like
yeah,
a little square
that was, yeah,
with
it'd be
only
Brass.
like grass, no flags or anything.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it'd be Brass Coast then. Yeah,
yeah. And there was like a big meeting, and everyone was talking. And then I walked to Dorn after that, and
yeah.
there was a crazy guy that was talking about like what was he saying? He was like walking around screaming, "They can speak! They can speak!" And he had like horns, and he was like bloody, and he was so insane, and it was so interesting. I just followed him around as he was yelling at people, and it was super cool.
I love it. That's the best thing to do. No, it's like, oh, that's interesting. Yeah, I'll follow you for a bit.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's the best thing to do. Really, that's so cool. So you came in, we went into like through High Guard, into Brass Coast to Dawn, saw some crazy people, so followed them around. Did you go up to the other end of the field as well to like Marches League and stuff?
yeah, but only slightly. I went down towards Wintermark after that,
Yeah.
but I didn't want to get too close because I didn't feel like I was done wandering yet.
Okay.
Uh, so then I turned around and then I started going that way.
Yeah.
Uh, and then I started going through there a little bit, and then I walked up towards the orcs. I was like, I want to go in there. I stood and watched if anyone else went in there. See if I was like, can I go in there? I don't like know what to do if they talk to me.
Yeah.
But yeah, then after a while, someone came out the gate and just stood and stared at me until I walked away.
That's brilliant. That's brilliant. Uh, That guy looks insane. I'm gonna go follow that guy. Yeah, that's the best way to do it. And usually, I barely left Wintermark this event. See, I mean, I wasn't allowed to go walking around like I normally do, but
Yeah.
I still did, and I felt it. And yeah, my event was done by like 5 o'clock on Saturday. I then that was me done for the for the rest of the weekend, as if that's I know, right? So I was my own worst enemy. I really, really was. But it's still fun. So you did your little walkabout and you saw everything.
Yeah.
How did you feel then when you were walking down through Wintermark? Because this is where your game would have really started for you
Yeah.
as a character, because that's Hurstal. That's your ship's captain. Was it?
Yeah. Spunky
Yeah.
is yeah.
So Prince Valiant was your ship's captain.
Yeah. And luckily, as I was walking around, as I had like walked quite a while, I saw that he was coming down the road. And then yeah, that's how I met the first member of Hearst Hall officially in character. Like, that's you. Hello. And then he walked me back to the hall and introduced me to everyone. And yeah, that was a very organic way to start. Although I feel like I was really lost at first with how much role playing I should do and not do. So I was like, what do I do? What do I say? How do I speak? But in the end, it's just like you don't have to do that much. I was overthinking it massively.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you do. Everybody does. I
Yeah,
really wouldn't worry about it. When it comes to what role play you do and stuff like that, that's up to you.
yeah,
It's you give as much or as little as you feel you can. So
yeah,
there is no pressure on you. Kind of turned out perfect. So there you
yeah.
go. Spunky said it turns out perfect. So I came to sit and drink. Now I'm named Spybreaker. So yeah, you've done. Yeah, so you've obviously done really well. You've settled in. So you met everybody then on the Friday, and then did you get
Yeah,
to go off to do much? Did you get involved in
yeah.
anything
It's
on the Friday?
basically as soon as we got to camp and I was introduced to people,
Hmm.
Bron was gonna do around all the nations, like talking to people, seeing what they're selling, what they're buying and stuff, and asked if anyone wanted to bodyguard him. So we just followed him around. So it was a lot of walking straight away. Very warm, uh,
Yeah,
but it was great. That was just a really good way to like start LARP. I feel like.
yeah, yeah. I'd agree with that. I think you seem to have landed on your feet,
Yeah. Yeah,
and
Vano was with the Spunky as well.
yeah,
Good to hear that you're okay, Vano.
yeah. Dan's good. Yeah, really glad to hear that his eyes not fucked,
Yeah.
basically. So no, that's really really nice to hear. Okay, so you got to be a bodyguard for a little bit, and then
Yeah, that was
what?
great.
I suppose Friday you was pretty much just trying to let everything sink in, and then the evening hit as a bit of drinking and a bit of singing.
Oh yeah, there was a Dornish guy that was leaving Dorne to become a marcher. That was really interesting. It was like a big spectacle on the Glory Square.
Mm.
So that was cool.
They do.
Uh,
So when you leave a nation, you speak to the egregores for both nations, because the hearth magic from each nation basically takes over. So once accepted into the other nation, the hearth magic for the marches will take over. So
yeah.
when I got so when I came from, well, no, it's not me, not Cal, but when Mac came down from Navarre to join Wintermark, there were a load of people watching what I did, and it was the most. It was really weird. It was absolutely heartbreaking as well. It was so sad, but the egregore did it in a brilliant way. So the Navarre have this wonderful thing called the Great Dance,
Hmm.
where it's basically your feet will take you where you need to go, and things like that. And it's a really really interesting thing. Um, when I was talking to the egregore and saying to her, "Look, I'm going to join Wintermark. I've been accepted down there, and I need your approval." And she said to me, "Is this where you feel the Great Dance is taking you?" And I was just like, "I think so, yeah." So do you know what she did? She took my hand, put a hand on my waist, and then we had a little dance in a circle, and then she just looked at me and she just said, "Yeah, you can't dance anymore." And I was just like, "Oh my god, oh right in the heart." That was brutal, and that was it. She said, yeah, perhaps your Skyne will do better down in Wintermark." I was just like,
Yeah.
"Oh my heart, that was fucking hell." It was absolutely heartbreaking. It was so sad.
Yeah.
And people were there when I was sort of when the egregore walked away, and they were coming up to me going, "That was brutal, absolutely brutal." But she said, "If when you find your feet again, come back to me." And that was
Yeah.
it. And it was lovely. It was lovely
Yeah.
because I saw her years later, and she came over and said, "Can we have a dance?" So I danced with her, and she's like, "Nope, still can't dance," and she walked away. I was like, "Oh my god, stop kicking me while I was down." No, I could never dance. Um, Speaking of dancing, the Navarre do a thing called the Dance of Blood and Thorns. They don't do it very often. I think I've only ever heard of them do it once actually, and it is where the entire nation gets together around the Reggio and does this massive dance around it, and then all the music's playing. It's all the lights um, are red, and everybody's going for it, and you get really into it. That was a phenomenal thing to be part of. You don't really get much of that sort of stuff within Wintermark, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Um, so Sam's asked a question for you. Did you
Yeah.
learn something about yourself that surprised you during E1? I know I did. I'm hooked 1,000% into Empire now.
Yes. That was probably when we did the combat training with the with the guys.
Yeah.
Well, I can't remember their name right now. The Stormborn Spears.
Oh, the
Those
Storm
guys.
Monsters. Did you go on the
Yeah.
new player skirmish?
I did, yeah. But that was mostly just watching someone else explain rules and stuff, which is also, of course, very helpful.
Hmm.
Uh, but that little like combat training thing we did was more like how to fight, basically. Like when to block, where to block, how to parry, when to parry, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And that was like so much more fun than I expected it to be. It
Yeah.
was like being a noob in a game with a really high skill ceiling, and I just wanted to become a pro. It felt like such a challenge, and I want to get there.
Good luck on that one.
Yeah, yeah, I know. Gosh,
I mean,
it's not gonna happen, but I want to.
yeah, I know it's basically the more you do. Time for
Yeah,
cardio. Nah,
yeah.
you don't need cardio. Look at me, and I do more on the battlefield than a lot of people, and I'm the fattest man there. Um, so I live for the combat at Empire. I love the battles. I love the skirmishes.
Yeah.
I've got more player kills than most people in that field. That's not a good thing, and that's definitely not a brag. It's a really bad thing. I have murdered other player characters. Um, but it's all down to what you want to do. So you may find like the sword and board doesn't work for you. Adrenaline is a fantastic substitute for cardio. Yep, definitely. I live on adrenaline, and that pushes me all the way through. And then when I'm done in the battles, I crash, and I sit down,
Yeah,
and that's time for the beer.
yeah.
So,
I had
um,
this bad experience as well. God,
it
in the
was
battle, I wasn't super tired. In the monstering, I was. Jesus, I was tired during that. But when we're in character battle, I didn't really get tired at all. But as soon as I left the battle, I was just dead.
it's
God, it was
it's because
hard to
when
live.
you're monstering, you've got nothing to lose. So you
Yeah,
notice how tired you are. But when you're playing with your character, that's an extension of yourself.
yeah,
You have something to lose. You've got a
yeah,
character. Excuse me. You've got a character that you've made
yeah,
that could potentially die in these situations. So yeah, the adrenaline carries you through a lot when you're doing
yeah,
those sorts of things. So you went in because Wintermark fought on the Saturday, didn't we? Was it?
Yeah.
Or did we fight on the Sunday? I can't remember.
We fought on as in
Sunday.
character. We fought on Sunday.
Sunday.
Yeah.
So when you went and fought on the Sunday, then how did you find because you were marching down to the battle and to the gate where everybody stands there, and then you get the half-hour weapons check. How did you find the whole wait? Because if you're anything like me, I'm chomping at the bit. The adrenaline is pumping so bad that I can't stay still. I'm almost jumping on the spot, and I can't stop moving.
Yeah.
I need to be through that gate, and I need to be beating the shit out of someone now. That's how I feel. So,
Yeah.
how did you
Well,
find
not
it?
quite like that, I will say. But I was just like the whole. It felt like I was in a cinematic experience, basically, walking all the way with all the people, everyone shouting and clapping and everything, and it was just such a cool experience going up to those gates. And then as we were waiting there, we were doing like our preps, and Mike had a really good speech as well that really fired us up. And I was carrying bronze stuff a little bit, like his shield when he was doing stuff, like delivering potions to people, and uh, so I wasn't really chomping at the bit. I was more like lost in the moment, like immersed. Really, I was just gone in a different world almost because it was so cool.
Yeah. No, that's really good. It's.
Yeah,
Did you get goosebumps when you were going
I
through the
did.
gate? Yeah.
I did. Oh,
So
Mike's
jealous.
speech gave me goosebumps as well. It
Yeah.
was really cool. Just it all was so cool. Oh, I can't even describe it with like words because it's just like almost like an out of body experience, but it is
Yeah.
not out of body either.
No. No. That's really
Yeah,
cool. I'm so jealous because
yeah,
obviously when everyone went off to fight, I was just sat there,
yeah,
so I couldn't really do anything at all. But it was so. I'm so glad. I'm so genuinely so happy to hear that you had such a fantastic time. So
yeah,
you've gone through the gate, and everybody's lining everybody up.
yeah.
When he made eye contact, I wanted to kill for real. Um, no, you didn't. No, you really didn't. Um, my God, no. It's I couldn't imagine Prince Valiant doing that anyway. I can't imagine him raising a finger to anyone. It's
Oh.
you get blown over in a strong breeze. It's I think So when you got through, then and everyone's because you see all the groups go off and they form lines and they go off in different areas and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's. I mean, fighting and the battles are a different one to talk about because they're very. It's. I mean, for me personally, it's amateur hour. It's amateurs who don't know a lot of stuff pretending that they do know stuff, and in character you have to accept that they know stuff. So it's a really odd one for me.
Okay.
But how did you find the whole everybody stood around and you can probably see the enemy 100 meters over there and they're marching in and stuff like that. How was that for you? How did you feel with that was going on?
I got pretty overwhelmed. I think I was too excited to just get in there because I forgot immediately, like everything I had tried to learn. Like my legs got cleaved a bunch of times, and the whole time I was like, "Fuck, what was it that we were taught that we were supposed to do?" And the whole time I was wearing leg armor, so I shouldn't have even taken those. But I was just as soon as someone yelled "cleave" and hit my leg, I was like, "Oh shit! I guess I'm down." Threw myself down, even though I shouldn't have.
Yeah.
And then I remembered that I should just move my leg back when they go for my leg. Like, idiot. God.
Yeah.
Because the
very
whole
good,
thing
very
they were
good.
teaching us was like, don't block low with your shield, because then you'll expose your head and stuff, and like the basic things. And every time someone struck at my leg, I was just going low with my shield, and like, that's wrong. What am I supposed to do? Move your fucking leg! Ah, I'm so dumb. But it's
There's,
super fun.
I,
So
I,
fun.
that's the main. That's it. That's the nail on the head right there. You had fun.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You get. There's a lot of people who will do the. We're going to take it uber seriously. You must do this. Blah blah blah. You must follow orders and everything like that. And I stare at them, and then I walk off because I am not being shouted at like that. Because
Yeah,
it's a fucking holiday. It's your
yeah,
holiday. You've paid good money to be there. I'm not getting shouted at like that.
yeah, yeah. There was
So
nothing like that for me, so that was good.
that's good. That
Like,
that that's good.
yeah.
I've
I feel
I've
like,
I've had quite a few instances where they are shouting at me to do things, and I stand there and I stare at them for a few seconds, and then I turn around and walk off,
yeah,
and they don't know how to respond to it. So hey,
yeah.
work. So
Yeah, the only
it's
times I got shouted at personally was when I was pushing too far ahead of the line and I was like alone, because I
oh,
was too excited and just got tunnel vision. But that was good though that people shouted at me then, because yeah, I would have just
so
died if I kept going.
you did what Smith does then, because he
Yeah,
does that a lot, and he's on a fair amount of hits, but he's not on a huge amount of hits
yeah,
as well. So yeah, so but you had fun. You
yeah.
killed orcs basically,
I
yeah.
did. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Ah, it was really fun. I tried to stick with Braun as well when we were fighting, but I could take so much fewer hits, and the fact that I forgot that I didn't need to go down when people cleaved my legs. Yeah. So
I
I
mean,
think J-Man healed my legs like 7 times.
it sounds like for your first battle you've done incredibly well.
Yeah.
So it's the battles have changed so much. Um, yeah, they've changed so much. It's absolutely unreal. They've
Yeah.
changed. The battles have just changed massively. So yeah, it's just a case of remember you've got leg armor on, so
Yeah.
you can ignore cleave down. Well, there anyway.
Yeah.
But when it comes to the rest of it, that's when you have to start to worry, and then you get strike down, impale, blah blah blah. Everything else
Yeah.
involved, repel, weakness, you name it. So,
Oh, one cool thing that happened that
mm,
like is my strongest memory from all of LARP, I think,
yeah,
is the orcs were pushing us back a little bit. Like we were trying to push across a ditch, I think,
mm,
and it was just we were not getting on top of the other side, and we were just stuck. So we decided we were gonna let them into the ditch basically, and we'll stand on the high ground on our side. Uh, and as we were slowly backing up, an orc charged at me and cleaved my leg, and of course I forgot that I had leg armor, so I just went down, and I just saw the whole wall just move back. I was like, "Oh shit, I'm alone!" And there's like 100 orcs in front of me, and I was like, "Oh fuck, I'm dead. I'm just dead. There's nothing to do. I'm dead." And then out of the right side of my eye, Mike just charges in front of me alone and stands in front of me with a shield, and uh, H40 helps me up on my feet and drags me back, and it just felt such a cool moment. I would have for sure died if they both hadn't helped me. So that
um,
was
maybe,
really cool.
maybe not. You don't know. It's one of those. It's good because the battles for me are all about doing something heroic and making you feel like a big goddamn hero. So that's what you want. Um, that's not name worthy. Sorry, Biscuit, to disappoint you. It's not name worthy. It's a cool thing, but saving one person isn't name worthy. It's when there are people who have been running in, like Pud. He goes in and he picks up 10, 15 people a battle, and he gets picked up, and people have said, "Oh, this should be named for this." It's like, no, and he doesn't get named for it. So, yeah, just doing No, a lot of people do it. If Mike had done something like that when he's literally charging into 10 orcs on his own, knowing that he can pick himself up. So if he ran in front of Casual with a healer and stood there holding off 10 orcs on his own, the healer picks up Casual and then he goes down and picks himself up and gets back. I mean, fuck me, yeah, that's great. That is... yeah, we do need names. We need a lot more names as a nation. That is 100% the truth. But if a lot of the time, Scops. So this is going to be my dig at Scops. They're not interested. A lot of the times they're not interested. So you can have people tell them a story, and they'll go, oh, okay, I'll have a think about it, and then they don't do anything with it, and it is a horrible situation to be in. So, I mean, the best thing to do is, because we got Ryan, who's a Scop for us. He's the William Shatner of Scops. So he'll do all the spoken word things and stuff like that. So come and tell Ryan the story of what someone's done or anything like that. So it's a really difficult. That's exactly it as well. Scops are a lot of people who love to sing, who can tell stories and stuff like that. But putting yourself out into the middle of the moot in front of 400 people, not everyone can do it. And I know a lot of Scots who can't do it. So it's a difficult one. Being a Scop is a really difficult game to get involved in. And I can do it. I really couldn't
could not do it at all. Jeez, I'd cry.
I mean, I've got no issues with talking to anybody and putting myself out at the front. I just... regaling everybody with a story of what someone else has done. Nah, fuck that noise. I couldn't do it. I just couldn't do it. That's too much pressure. Put me in as a general and I'll lead 400 people out into a battle. Yeah, that's fine. I can do that easy. Done it. But this is a completely different story.
I'd be able to be a jester in front of a lot of people, because I'm good at making a fool of myself.
That's still a Scop thing to do. So yeah, you could. It's just the whole situation with Scops is just weird, and I think we need more. We need more names as a nation, especially as they've now taken to at the end of every year. If a certain person isn't being talked about anymore, they burn their name.
Really?
Yeah.
Jeez, that's brutal.
Yep. So not overly that much of a fan of that one, to be honest.
Yeah.
But I think these sorts of things are stuff that they need to be talked about. Hurst Hall needs its own Scop, or they need to come and speak to Ryan or something like that. So because that's how people get named.
Yeah.
It's just an interesting one. I mean, the good thing as well is that other people. So you do something heroic, and if people from a different hall see it, then you get talked about. Then that's another way of getting named as well.
Yeah.
So it's just a whole long-winded process. It really, really is. But I don't know. I think for me, it's a part of the game that I'm not massively bothered about anymore. I mean, I've been LARPing for so long that I've become a bit jaded and old with the whole thing. And since I lost Mac, I think a lot of my interest has gone for a lot of stuff, and I'm trying to find it again. I mean, biscuits help massively for me personally. What's the rule on disarming people? I've been trying to picture the fighting. It's not really allowed. If you hit someone on the hand or their arm and call cleave, they're meant to drop the weapon. But you find that a lot of people, instead of dropping their personal weapon, will just put their arm behind their back holding it. If it's an accidental thing, it just happens. Everybody's done it. I mean, I know with the hammer, my famous hammer that Beth has now, where I used to hit people, and you'd be hitting up, you'd hit them on the bottom of their hand, and you used to see weapons go flying up in the air. So it does happen. It's just an accident. But the good thing is you can't. Is if they drop it, they drop it, and it sucks to be them, because when they then go to get the weapon, they're going to get smacked by everybody, and they'll die. So it's just the way of it. So, but then again, you say that there's a photo of me with my very first character. I was lying on. There's a picture of me lying on the floor, and I'm looking up at someone. So I'm lying on my front, and I'm looking like this, and it was because one of the opposing generals had come over, and he picked up both of my weapons and went, "I'll use these," and he left me disarmed, completely disarmed. So I followed him. I got myself up and I followed him, and so the orcs were staring at me because I was walking towards them unarmed, and I was just shouting at them to get out of my way, and they did. And then I found the guy who took my weapons, and we had a bit of a fist fight, and I killed him, and then got my weapons back, and I'm now 100 yards behind enemy lines. Sucks to be me in that situation, and the only reason that we got through was because everyone pushed and killed them all. I was happily on my bleed count by then, so just lying there, but it was great fun. But it does happen, but you're not allowed to purposefully try to wrap someone's arm and then just flick it out of their hands and stuff. How does LARPy fist fight work? You're not allowed to. In the battles, it does happen when you get two people who are saying, "Oh, let's just do this because it's going to look really cool." So I've had an orc, and we've just said, "Oh, let's just choke each other out, and you'll kill me." So we're there, stood there, and we've both been knocked to the floor, and we're getting up, and it's just like, "Oh yeah, let's just do this." And then we're just grabbing each other by the throat, and then it's like all of a sudden he lets go and he's holding on, and then he just lies there, and you just shove him away and he's dead. That's sort of yes. So yeah, as a person that walks into enemy lines unarmed and shouting as someone I'd give space to, I'd assume they were incredibly dangerous or totally gone. Yes, is the answer to that one. So yeah, you can do it like that, but it's not something that PD will allow. It has to be something agreed with both parties. So you can just walk up to someone and pretend to punch them in the face, because if you do something like that, people do take it too far. So the Dornish lady, who I said when we'd basically knocked her character down, and she was lying on the floor crying because she'd just spent hundreds and probably thousands of pounds on armor. So we picked her up and just said, "Look, we'll walk you to the enemy lines, we'll wave you at them a bit, turn around and pretend to punch me in the face, and then go running towards your nation, because they'll all be so happy that you've done this." And we did that, and she turned around, she had a massive steel gauntlet on. Instead of turning around and pretending to punch me in the face, she punched me in the face. And she split like my entire bottom lip and my chin, and I was literally covered in blood. And thankfully, everyone with me saw that, as I'm just like staggered. And she got about 10 feet. They cleaved her legs out. They took her down, and then they dragged her into a bush. They put her on her bleed count, and they hid her and left her to die. So I was quite pleased with that. So. But yeah, that was a lot of fun. That was a lot of fun. There's no real will there. It just made me. Oh yeah, definitely a deserved death, and she came back as the same character because people do. Yeah, there is a photo of me as Cernanos doing the following battle, because it all scabbed up, and basically I got hit in the face by a weapon and it cut everything open. So I'm literally screaming. And you can see all the blood, because I had no big beard then, so you could see all the blood. It was like pooling and just dripping onto my armor and stuff like that. So I was a state. I was an absolute mess. So you had some great moments in the battles then.
Yeah. The
Yeah,
battles were my favorite, especially the in-character one.
yeah,
That was so cool.
that's
Oh, I
awesome.
want to do it every week.
It'll get you
I
fit.
die, but yeah. Holy shit.
It'll get you fit. I mean, the next thing to do then will be to get you some like enchantments
Yeah.
and stuff like that.
And
Some,
heavier armor, more hit points and shit would be
yes,
cool.
yeah. I want to kill more. Yeah, that's where I live. To be honest, yeah, I want to kill a lot more than I have done. That's all I do.
But another thing I found that I'm interested in
Mhm.
is Mark's character, Morgan Mortaire, I think she's called.
Yes.
Uh, Came over and taught us a bunch about the Eternals and stuff.
Hmm.
I'm really interested about that stuff. Uh, Even though I'm really bad at like reading and stuff, because I just forget everything I read. It just captivates me. The lore stuff really captivates me, and I want to learn more about it. But I'm also not sure how to get that into my character yet. But that's something that also I found really interesting.
You
And
could
I'm
be
gonna,
you could work that into your character very easily. You've been on a boat for so long that you it's like so the virtues have been a thing, but Eternals, yeah, rumor and hearsay. That's all it is.
yeah,
And then you've decided now you're an anvil. I want to find out more about these Eternals. So that gives
yeah,
you an excuse to go around and
yeah,
ask everybody what they've got going on and ask about the Eternals and see if anybody needs someone to challenge an Eternal.
yeah.
And that's so those sorts of things happen a lot. So you could do something called Challenge the Iron Duke.
Okay.
So you could just say, I'm new to Anvil and I want to find out more on Anvil. I want to do a report. I want to do something for you, something new to present to you. What is it you need? And then the Iron Duke literally will just come back. You'll get a nice scroll and everything, and just say, "This is what I want you to do. You've got a year to do it, or you got two. You got until next event to do it." And he
Mm.
literally just gives you a big challenge. So
Sounds
that,
fun.
and then you get to interact with the heralds as well. They'll come and have a chat with you about it all and find out what's what. It's a really interesting way of doing things.
Yeah.
So and Mark is one of the better Eternal botherers in the field. I mean
Yeah.
that is their official title. They are Eternal botherers. So I think there's a lot of potentially there's a lot of fun there to be had. So
Yeah.
I know I've got some going on, but if you wanted to do something simple, I don't think many people look to do a challenge the Iron Duke as a brand new player. Just to
Yeah.
say, I'm new. Challenge me to do something. Oh my god,
Yeah.
that would be epic. Right, so we need to get you back for E2 so that we can throw you at the Iron Duke. I think that would be so cool. That would be so cool. I tell you what, if next time you come, I will pay for that to happen to you. We will get you to challenge the, but we'd have to make sure you can come to a couple.
Yeah.
And that so when you've got that sorted, I will sort out your challenge the Iron Duke as a I'm new to Anvil, challenge me to do something.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
and then that'll be it. And then you get to sit down and have a chat with an experienced player who will be the Eternal, and yeah, and you go on from there.
Yeah, that sounds really good, actually. Yeah. I love
There,
that idea.
there you go. So
Yeah.
remind me of this chat. I'll get that sorted. I mean,
And me.
we'll get that sorted for you because I think when you put the thing through, you don't actually have. They just read it out, and they just need your ID and stuff like that. And then the
Mm.
following event, an Eternal turns up and gives you your challenge. Well, a
Okay.
Herald turns up and gives you your challenge, and then you've got however long after that. So I think that would be a really good. That'll be a lot of fun for you. That would be a lot of fun for you, and I don't know what it would be. It might be something combat related. It
Yeah.
might be something else as well. Yeah, yeah.
Ah, I'm excited.
Because me and Trot, we were doing one, and it was we had to go and fight this creature in a spring realm, and basically it was a 2-man skirmish.
Oh.
So yeah, it was just us to go through, and we were going to find a monster and kill it. They completely misread what we put in our challenge because we said that we were the greatest lovers the Empire had ever seen. And they gave us a fighting challenge instead. So, I mean, considering what you know about me and Chris, I think it fits in with us perfectly. It fit in with us perfectly. It was so funny.
Yeah.
It was great fun. But yeah, I think we could do that for you, no problem. Dolly,
Yeah,
we're gonna get a challenge the Iron Duke going for Swain. Swain was Swain, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, we'll get that going for Casual, so he can go and bother an Eternal for a bit. And that's
That'd be cool.
yeah, that'll be really really good. So what else is on your little list? Excuse me, hiccups. What else is on your list that you've got written down there?
That was a lot of what I had written down,
Okay.
except for the monstering being very tiresome and like the fake charging, then running back, charging, running back. Because we were I can't remember what they're called, but the ones that are a little bit cowardly, those orcs.
All of them. Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're all a little bit. Druge.
Whoosh. Yeah, those ones. So we never actually charged them. We were just trying to bait them to keep moving, so they tired themselves out.
Yeah, hit and run. A lot of hit and running going on.
But yeah, I didn't really realize what we were doing, so I was just extremely tired extremely quickly.
I love it. I love it so much. I really do. Don't give out the
But
Druge tactics. There's Dornish in there. No, that's really, really cool. That's really cool. So, out of 10, then, how was your experience overall?
I'd say it was 8.5
8.5.
probably. And that's only because as a new player I didn't know what to do much.
Yeah.
Like I would have loved to have an objective going there, but obviously it's not really realistic to have that when you're new because you don't know what you want to do until you've seen people do stuff.
Yeah.
But I feel like I got to see people do stuff enough to where I have like ideas of where to go now. So I think it was pretty much a perfect first time. Maybe a 9 then, because yeah, I can't really find any fault with anything.
No.
Yeah.
That's really good. That's really
Yeah.
good. So, you want to come back?
I do a lot. I loved it.
It's so good hearing that the larp bugs bit people. It's really,
Yeah.
really nice. It's a wonderful thing to hear about. Well, we'll have to get something sorted. I think there's a couple of LARPs out in Sweden as well. That
Yeah, there might.
Oh no, I know there are because I'm
Oh.
planning on going to them.
Oh
Well,
shit.
I'm planning on coming out to one because I need to. Because my friend Joel, who lives out there,
Yeah.
so yeah, he has said that he wants me to come out and go to one with him. So yeah, definitely want to go out there. See, the funny thing is that I can see you looking at other things as well, and so
Me, yeah. Yeah, I'm reading chat and I have Discord up in the other window, so I'm just looking at everything.
so rude, so rude. I'm gonna kill your character for you.
No.
That's
Oh
really...
yeah, and we went to see the Reaper as well. That was
Oh,
something
you
we
actually
did.
went up and saw the Reaper.
Yeah, that was cool.
Did you have a mask on?
I did kind of. I had that scarf, you gave me.
Ah, yeah, yeah.
That
Oh,
and
so you
then
had
a
that.
hood as well.
Yeah, that's cool. That's really, really good. I'm glad to hear it.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Reaper is an experience. That's cool. Hi,
Yeah.
Neb. Yeah, I do love that. So, So what would be a bit of we'll finish on this because I just realised it's 8:30.
Mhm.
What would be your like last bit of advice? What would be the bit of advice you would give to a brand new player who was looking to please
Um,
biscuit? I could kill you all.
uh, so if you're a new player, my
Yeah,
advice would be um, to make sure you have someone that you can just hang around with when you go there.
yeah,
Because if I didn't have anyone, I feel like I would have been lost. It kind of depends on what kind of person you are as well. But for me personally, I would have just not had a good time if I couldn't like stick with someone
yeah,
and find something uh I like doing. Uh, and just to walk around a lot and see the different things that you are actually able to do. Try and learn as much as you can the first time,
yeah.
because there is a lot to learn, but it's all fun learnings as well.
Yes,
So
yeah. That's really cool. Uh, we're gonna. I wonder if I could raid through this. No, doesn't want to let me. I think we'll call it there because obviously going on for quite a while, and I'm knackered,
yeah,
and so are
fair.
you for all intents
Yeah,
and purposes.
yeah.
So you got home, didn't rest properly, then went out for a long fishing trip.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Freezing cold as well. It was
and
actually like minus degrees during the night. And we were just waking up, and the sleeping bags didn't have a hood on it either. It was just a pillow on the sleeping bag, so my shoulders were just freezing. Oh, it was terrible. I slept really poorly.
that sucks. I mean, you need a good night's sleep. That's a
Yeah,
big thing everyone needs. That's
but the fishing was worth it. God,
yeah.
that was cool. Yeah,
No, that's really really cool.
yeah,
Yeah, caught a big pike though. Yeah, I saw that.
yeah,
I saw that. That it does look like a. Well, you look like you're having fun. I mean, in,
yeah,
in in both. I mean, at the end of
yeah.
the day, the tiredness doesn't really matter as long as you're having
No,
fun. That's the big
yeah.
thing.
Like a
So
good tiredness as well.
yeah,
It's not like I sat up the whole night doing nothing and now I'm tired. It's like I did something cool and now I'm tired.
mm,
It's like a positive tired. Yeah.
yeah. Oh, Neb, thank you for continuing your sub from Neb. So hi Neb from Neb Pegasus. So that's really really cool. Thank you so much for doing that. Yeah, it's as long as you get oh wow,
Oh,
gifting 5 subs. Thank you so much. That's amazing. Ah, Make a Wish UK has been gifted a sub.
hey.
That's really sweet. And Stell. Oh, lovely stuff. Oh, I do love it. I do love it. It's yeah, such a good community. And Salt as well. That's good. That's really cool. Yeah, we'll have to get something sorted to get you back over. Have a look at it
Yeah, for sure.
and see when you can
Yeah.
as well. So I don't know why OBS, because Streamlabs was doing it as well for me. But anytime I click off of Discord, uh, the cameras die, and I don't know why. So if I click onto Twitch now, the cameras will eventually just vanish. See,
Yeah.
it's just bizarre, and I don't get it. Um, so I was watching this person play earlier. So Pad Thai Gaming, they're playing a bit of Sherlock Holmes. So and Stell's gifted a sub as well. Thank you so much. This is amazing. Go and give Pad Thai some love. They've got some wonderful ears on, and it was really distracting. So go and give them some love. Casual, thank you so much for coming on, mate. It's
Thank you for everything as well. It's lovely being here and talking to people and everything as well.
Well, you're more than welcome to come and chat and froth about LARP anytime you want. I've got Biscuit and Beth coming on the 15th, I think, and yeah, my month's filling up with LARP chat, which is wonderful. And finally, just to say, people to keep an eye out for Make a Wish as well, because I'm one of the UK creators now for Make a Wish in the UK. So, and in July, I've been invited to do some stuff for some fundraising for them in an official capacity, which is amazing. I wasn't expecting that. So we're going to play stupid tabletop games again and just have a laugh. So, but yeah, go give Pad Thai some love, and we'll see you all soon. Take care, everyone. Bye. Is that gone? I hope it's gone.